I think for a lot of people like myself or survivors of these types of things, we never get to confront the leadership. You know, they're always on such a pedestal. It was such a system of control, you just wouldn't. You never say like, hey, what's going on here even? So for people to see it is very validating for me. A question a lot of people ask me is like, how do you feel about these people getting a platform? And I don't really feel like they're getting a platform and going to convince anyone otherwise. It's more a platform to show how indoctrination is deep and real. One thing I've learned about these types of people like Keith is that they keep people silent because there's so much shame involved. You know, I think also if you've read the transcripts, when he went to Mexico, he invited the entire DOS line down there for some sort of reinitiation by some sexual ceremony that he wanted to have happen. That's really embarrassing, you know, for people, for anyone to come out of these things and say what happened. It's embarrassing. It was embarrassing for me. And I didn't even have the sexual component. I had to be like, I let myself get branded. It was a huge amount of shame to have to go through that kind of scrutiny. So at this point, I believe that anyone who's still in cannot even face that. It's easier to go, no, this is good. I chose it. This is for my growth. It's just self-protective. It's what Keith did with everybody. It's abuse. This is a case study of how indoctrination works, how brainwashing works, how coercive control works, and they're living proof that even in the face of Mount Everest of data, they can still go, no, it's not true. Keith is good. I'm sad. I feel sad for everyone who's still loyal to him. Like they are continuously messing up their own lives to prove that they are in the right, to protect their self-image.
Not yet. Almost. I'm waiting for it right now.
For me, as somebody healing, I had to come to terms with what I did in the company because of what was done to me. And a system like that with an abusive, narcissistic leader, where you think that you're helping people and you think this is personal development, we're all going to treat people the way that we are treated. The juxtaposition of what we thought we were doing, what was actually happening, is so massive that it's an ongoing challenge for me to wrap my head around. I bet on the wrong horse, but here I am trying my best. Really what it is Keith stole from a number of different modalities and methodologies and spiritual teachings and therapeutic practices and put together something that on the outside, like not the bad, you know, sex cult, coercive control your calories part, but the goals program on the outside, there's lots of really good things there. Big part of my healing is looking at the tools. I just have to know where it came from originally. This is like a skill from 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, or this is like a main tenet of Buddhism, or this is like, you know, Eckhart Tolle teaches this, which, you know, whatever. It's like you can find that principle somewhere else, and then I don't have to attribute it to him. Definitely a commonality among my circle, especially with actors and artists, like not just that group, but many people search for belonging and for community and meaning. I don't really miss the center, but I miss the consistency of like working on myself in terms of working on my goals and helping other people working on their goals. It's kind of like what I imagine would happen with people when they're like leaving a church, if they're leaving because it's toxic, but like they miss going every Sunday and the consistency of that commitment and seeing people. Like I kind of miss that. We had Evan Rachel Wood on our podcast, and a little bit culty, and she talked about how she, you know, there's tunnels, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but there's also going to be another tunnel, but then there's also going to be another light. And that's how I feel, is that it's dark for a bit and it's hard, but I probably won't stop until everybody's out and awake. And I've been told that may never happen, but I can't help but try. I have to, because, you know, this is who I am.